obviously your little brother, you know what I'm saying, Shakur, that's the fight. Everybody want to see that. That's the 50-50, I think, you know what I'm saying? I've been saying 50-50. I told both of them that. That's a toss-up to me. No bias. Don't just say that because it's your man. Who you got winning that?
The boxing world is in a frenzy after Terence Crawford made some jaw-dropping remarks about what would unfold if Devin Haney ever faces Shakur Stevenson in the ring. Crawford, who's mentored Shakur for years and understands his potential like few others, just sent a chilling warning to Haney that's igniting conversations and debates across the sport. Recently, Shakur Stevenson obliterated Teofimo Lopez at Madison Square Garden with an absolute clinic, leaving all three judges scoring the fight 119-109 in his favor. Now, Devin Haney is pushing for the bout, boldly declaring it the biggest fight in boxing.
The unthinkable. And brought in Debo, Devin the Dream Haney for the live fight broadcast. And both of us is on the list.
But what Terence Crawford revealed about Shakur's plans for Devin Haney in the ring is sending shockwaves through the sport, making everyone wonder if Haney fully grasps the magnitude of what he's stepping into.
Boxing, he's definitely talented, you know what I mean? And he's definitely got that it. And yeah, he's definitely respected in boxing. But Shakur's a different.
Crawford's warning wasn't some offhand remark or friendly advice. It was a detailed analysis of why this fight could turn into a complete nightmare for Haney if it ever goes down. But before we dive into the gravity of Crawford's message, let's rewind to where it all started. Just days after Shakur Stevenson's dominant victory over Teofimo Lopez at a packed Madison Square Garden, Devin Haney ignited the firestorm by boldly calling out Shakur on social media. Haney declared, "Me and Shakur are the next biggest fight in boxing. I want him and Keshin. Little bro then big bro. I'm okay with big brother first too." That post set the stage for the growing tension that has everyone in the boxing world talking.
Will grow into whatever weight you're in.
I mean, all of us is close to the same size. You know, we're all growing together. We're all like, you know, getting bigger. It's only so many guys that we could make big money and people want to see the fights. Which even though I know that they making new guys, it's guys like fucking Kermel, Abdullah, all these guys want to come up too. So eventually they gonna be there.
Haney's call out was bold, aggressive, and calculated to grab the spotlight from both fans and the media, who have been craving a showdown between these two elite fighters. Many in the boxing world were taken aback by Haney's confidence, especially after seeing Shakur effortlessly dismantle Teofimo Lopez, cruising through 12 rounds with minimal damage. Sources close to the situation revealed that Haney's camp has been privately strategizing this fight for months, convinced that Devin's size and reach could pose serious challenges for Shakur, especially at welterweight. One insider from Haney's team reportedly stated during a strategy meeting, "Shakur has never faced anyone with Devin's length and his ability to control distance for 12 rounds without making mistakes."
The case, don't perpetrate. You talking big, but truth be told, you put me and him in a ring where nobody else can help him. There's nobody else that is gonna be able to fight for him. What's gonna happen? Yeah. Like, he know deep down inside that I'm the truth. That's what he know. He know he done been in the ring with me several times. Go ask him, like really ask him and tell him to be honest about me as a...
Haney's bold confidence sharply contrasts with what Terence Crawford has been saying, both privately and publicly, about how this fight would truly play out if it were to happen. Shakur Stevenson's response to Haney's callout was brief, cryptic, and downright chilling in its implications. Stevenson simply replied, "Be careful what you ask for. Things might just happen." Though short, his message carried heavy weight, as Shakur rarely indulges in trash talk unless he's absolutely sure he can back up every word. Many analysts believe Shakur's calm, measured response speaks volumes. It's the confidence of a fighter who's convinced he would make Haney look foolish in front of the world.
It'll like be a long time coming just because of the history of everything that went on, but I'm not going to 47, so that's why I really asked him what.
One respected trainer, who wished to remain anonymous, shared an insight with colleagues, saying, "When Shakur speaks like that calm and cold, you know he's already visualized exactly how he's going to break you down, round by round." But the most revealing and chilling perspective on this potential showdown came from Terence Crawford, who's mentored Shakur for years and witnessed his growth firsthand. Before the Lopez fight even took place, Crawford made a statement that many dismissed at the time, but now seems almost prophetic, given Shakur's performance against Teofimo. In an interview with Bernie the Boxer, Crawford said, "Teofimo is a good fighter. He's talented, athletic, and always rises to the occasion in big moments. But Shakur is just on a whole other level."
I think that Shakur said, I think if he can go up to 47 and fight Ben, I think he can go up to 47 and fight Devin.
Right.
You know, and like I said before, I think that they both bring out the best of each other, you know. And like I say, you seen their sparring sessions, they high level shit, you know. And like I said, when I watched Devin, his sparring sessions be way better.
Crawford's statement didn't stop there, he added, "This Saturday, he's going to prove it." Those words turned out to be spot on, as Shakur's dominant performance over Lopez left even his most loyal supporters in awe of how one-sided the fight became. After the bout, sources close to Crawford revealed that Bud had more to say in private about what would unfold if Haney stepped up to face Shakur at welterweight. According to those who were backstage at Madison Square Garden, Crawford told Shakur's team, "Devin has no idea what he's asking for. Shakur would make him look like he doesn't belong in the same ring," although these comments weren't made publicly. They've been circulating throughout boxing circles, fueling a massive buzz about just how confident Crawford is in his protege's ability to dominate. However, Crawford has also publicly defended both Shakur and Haney against their critics, which makes his private warnings about this potential matchup all the more powerful and significant. In a past interview with Bernie the Boxer, Crawford stood up for both fighters, saying, "Devin's the youngest undisputed champion in history. A lot of people criticized the Ryan Garcia fight, but Devin kept getting up, kept fighting." Showing heart and determination, Crawford didn't stop there, addressing Shakur's critics as well, stating, "It's our people slandering him. Shakur boxes his way through a fight. Our people criticize him when it's called boxing. I don't care if you hit like a truck or a butterfly. As long as you get the job done, that's all that matters." These public comments highlight Crawford's respect for both fighters and their achievements. But sources close to the situation suggest that his private assessment of a potential Shakur versus Haney matchup is far less diplomatic.
Like he hit everybody else. And he know that. He knows that. That's why he's like, he's boring, he's this, he's that. He's trying to diminish everything that Shakur have done, so it's not marketable. But he can't do that because Shakur is what? Three-weight world champion.
One insider who allegedly overheard Crawford discussing the matchup shared, Bud was saying that Devin's reach advantage won't matter because Shakur's footwork and angles are too advanced. He added that Shakur would make Devin miss all night, frustrating him into making mistakes. The technical breakdown Crawford reportedly provided paints a picture of a fight where Haney would struggle to win on the scorecards. According to sources familiar with Crawford's thinking, he believes Shakur's defensive abilities are already so refined that they would neutralize everything Haney does well, particularly in controlling range and distance. Many boxing experts echo this view, noting that while Haney has solid fundamentals and a strong jab, he's never faced someone with Shakur's unique blend of speed, timing, and defensive mastery.
Shakur Stevenson, now that you sort of sailed off into the sunset, done your thing in boxing, you see the sort of heir apparent to what was your throne? Do you look at him and go, you've all the ability, you've all the tools, obviously you've friends as well as just someone who you've been in the gym with. Is he that guy now who becomes pound for pound number one if he beats Teofimo Lopez?
Well, yeah, for sure, when he beats Teofimo.
One analyst who closely follows both fighters reportedly told colleagues Haney's style is perfect for beating ordinary fighters, but Shakur isn't ordinary. He's a defensive genius who makes elite fighters look average. Just like he did to Lopez, the comparison to the Lopez fight is especially telling because many believe Teofimo's explosiveness and power would give Shakur trouble. Yet Shakur made it look effortless from start to finish. Sources suggest Crawford has been telling people that the same fate awaits Haney, but potentially even worse, as Haney lacks the knockout power that made Lopez a real threat. According to those familiar with the discussions, Crawford reportedly said, "At least Teofimo could hurt you if you made a mistake. Devin can't even do that. So what's he going to do when Shakur is making him miss all night?"
Versus Dev, is that back on the table as far as us as fans should be talking about this? Or is that y'all niggas just doing some Twitter shit?
Nah, I mean, that's cool. Like I told you, I'll fight him. I'll move up to 40 and fight him.
At
Like, there's
40?
no changing like what I think about that fight. I think that'll be a big fight too in the sport of boxing.
This harsh assessment underscores one of the biggest challenges Haney would face in this fight, his lack of real stopping power against elite defensive fighters. Haney's record includes 15 knockouts in 31 fights, but most of those came against lower-tier opposition, and he's never stopped a prime, elite fighter. In contrast, Shakur's defensive abilities are so refined that even powerful fighters like Teofimo Lopez struggled to land clean shots or inflict any meaningful damage throughout 12 rounds. Most technical analysts agree that the style matchup heavily favors Shakur. Crawford's warnings appear to be rooted in this fundamental truth about how these two fighters perform in the ring.
You know, so it could. I don't know why they not. You know, it's on Devin. Shakur ready to fight everybody. Nobody calling Shakur bluff. Nobody. In a real way. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's calling that man's bluff, and he wants to fight. Nobody.
Haney's team, however, believes they've pinpointed weaknesses in Shakur's game that could be exploited, particularly around his tendency to engage in sustained exchanges and his performance against pressure fighters. Sources close to Haney's camp revealed that his team has been closely analyzing footage of Shakur's bouts with William Zapata and Oscar Valdez, searching for patterns they can exploit using Devin's superior reach. One insider familiar with Haney's preparation strategy reportedly stated, "We believe Shakur gets uncomfortable when you make him move backwards for 12 rounds and force him to be the aggressor instead of the counterpuncher. While this strategy seems solid on paper, Crawford and others who know Shakur well argue that Haney lacks the physical tools and mentality to execute this plan effectively over the course of 12 rounds. According to sources, Crawford has privately pointed out that Haney's careful, risk-averse style actually plays right into Shakur's hands, allowing him to pick his spots and counter without ever truly being at risk.
My next fight.
Your next fight? What, Haney? You'll have... So you want Haney next then, obviously?
Yeah.
All right, cool. And you think you knock him out or you stop him or what?
We're gonna see. We're gonna see.
All right, you're the man.
Great fight.
Take care.
The mental aspect of this fight is another critical factor that Crawford has been emphasizing when discussing the matchup with those seeking his opinion in boxing circles. Sources suggest Crawford believes Shakur's confidence is at an all-time high after his dominant performance against Lopez, while Haney's confidence was severely shaken by Ryan Garcia's ability to drop him multiple times and expose his vulnerabilities. One person who spoke with Crawford about the matchup reportedly shared, "Bud said Devin is still mentally scarred from the Garcia fight, and facing someone as skilled as Shakur right now would be a huge mistake for his career and confidence." This psychological angle adds another layer to why Crawford's warning should be taken seriously by anyone considering making this fight in the near future. The Garcia fight revealed several cracks in Haney's game, including his chin, his ability to handle adversity, and his tendency to become passive when hurt or intimidated by an opponent's power. While Shakur may not possess Garcia's one-punch knockout power, he has something potentially even more dangerous, the ability to break an opponent's will through relentless frustration and technical domination round after round.
This fight now is even more juicy than it was the first time around when they were talking about it. When they were talking about it the first time around, Haney was red hot as an undisputed lightweight champion, and Shakur was the boogeyman who was very good, but was having trouble locking in those big
insider
games.
boogeyman.
Right. I gotta be honest, man. Like this could, if this happens right now, this is the right timing too.
Many boxing insiders believe Crawford understands this dynamic better than almost anyone, having witnessed Shakur's ability to dominate elite fighters in sparring sessions over the years. Sources close to their training reported that Shakur has caused problems for much bigger fighters in the gym, using his speed and timing to make them look slow and predictable. One gym insider, who's witnessed these sessions, reportedly said, "I've seen Shakur make welterweights and even junior middleweights look silly in sparring. Haney's size advantage won't matter if he can't land a punch." These gym accounts suggest that Crawford's warnings are grounded in first-hand knowledge of what Shakur can do against larger, technically skilled fighters who share a similar style to Haney's.
Me personally, I wouldn't have signed up for that.
From a pro, explain to what that actually means.
So like every fight, we cut 20, 30 pounds every fight. But some people go lose their weight in the sauna. Some people lose their weight in a hot bath, sit in a hot bath. Some people lose their weight working out. Me personally, I don't like the sauna suit. I don't like the hot bath.
The rehydration clause Shakur has been insisting on for any fight at welterweight adds another layer to Crawford's warnings about why this matchup would be particularly dangerous for Haney. Shakur has made it clear that he will only fight at welterweight if there is a strict rehydration clause that limits how much weight his opponent can gain back after the weigh-in. This demand is meant to prevent naturally bigger welterweights from exploiting a significant size advantage on fight night, effectively leveling the playing field against someone like Haney. Sources close to the negotiations revealed that Haney's team has been resistant to this rehydration clause, wanting to preserve every possible physical edge they can gain against Shakur's superior skills. However, if Haney refuses the clause, he risks looking fearful and dodging the fight. On the other hand, if he accepts it, he loses one of the key advantages his team believes they have in their strategy.
He'll be a 4-weight world champion. You know, I'm a 5-weight world champion, and I can see him becoming a 5-weight world champion as well. You know, Shakur got all the tools and all the abilities to do bigger and better things than me, and that's what
This catch-22 situation is exactly what Shakur and Crawford have strategically calculated, placing Haney in a position where every decision makes the fight more dangerous for him, both psychologically and physically. The business side of this potential matchup also plays into Crawford's warnings, as he understands better than most how politics and money can complicate the process of making the best fights in boxing. Sources suggest Crawford has been advising Shakur to demand top dollar for any fight with Haney, knowing that Shakur's value has never been higher after his dominant performance against Lopez, according to those familiar with the discussions. Crawford reportedly told Shakur, "Make them pay you what you're worth. You're the aside now after what you did to Teo. Don't let them lowball you." This business advice reflects Crawford's focus not just on the competitive aspects of the fight, but also on protecting Shakur's financial and strategic interests for his long-term career.
At a good moment in their careers.
Very high.
It's actually,
and there's a title on the
it's actually simmered better than it had back then. And back then it was really, really something that you wanted to see. But now, because of Shakur's recent performance and Haney still being undefeated and having right.
The boxing community has been split over the potential matchup, with some fans excited to see two elite technicians go head-to-head, while others believe it could turn into a dull affair. One passionate Haney supporter reportedly tweeted, "Devin's reach and size will be too much for Shakur. He's going to jab his head off for 12 rounds and win a clear decision." However, Shakur's fans fired back just as fiercely, with one fan writing, "Y'all forgot what Shakur just did to Lopez. Haney's getting the same treatment, probably worse. Because he doesn't even have the power to make Shakur respect him." This division among fans highlights the genuine uncertainty about the styles and how the fight would unfold. Even though most experts seem to favor Shakur based on his pure skill, Crawford's warnings, however, go beyond just skill level, delving into intangibles like confidence, mental strength, and the ability to handle adversity when the going gets tough in the championship rounds. Events and drama. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to never miss top-tier content like this. Until then, stay tuned and peace out.